Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite crypto trading channel, where in today's video we're talking a little bit about whale activities and making sense of this chart on the screen right now. Now, we're also going to talk about some upcoming news, such as the non-farm employment coming out on this Friday, which is going to have a huge impact on the market, and it's definitely something you should keep in mind before setting any long positions, short positions, or anything when it comes to cryptocurrencies and also the stock market and also the forex market. Generally, we can expect some larger volatility this week, not only because of the news coming out, but because it is the last trading week of the month, so we should be a little bit more careful. Now, if you enjoyed the video, as always, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below with your favorite thoughts or questions for me, and let's get right into it. So what we can see right here on the chart from this source, lookintobitcoin.com, is that we had 6 different occasions in the past few years where whale activity was a lot larger than before. Basically, what we can see is huge spikes in volume starting from the first time in 2018, where basically whales crashed the market or sold the top, right? So whales sold the top once again around this area right here, potentially for a liquidity grab to get ready for the upcoming bull run. And then what happened around 2021 in the peak of the bull run, or one of the first tops that Bitcoin has actually reached, around the 67K level, we saw not retail but institutional traders, or more so referred to as whales, exiting the market quite nicely just before the top. Now, something interesting that you probably didn't know is in 2021, as early as March of 2021, large corporations such as Warren Buffett's investment company started selling off their positions. So they started selling off not only here, they started selling off during the time that the market was moving upwards. So they wanted to secure the profits, and Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway actually had more cash holdings at this time than any time before, even before the 2008 financial crisis caused by the housing market bubble. So this tells you that institutional traders are always a little bit ahead of retail, and we can see that whales basically end up dumping the market at several occasions. So one of these occasions happened very recently in this last sort of food. Everything happening because of interest rate hikes, fighting inflation, and basically the market making a correction from the huge bull run happening because of the COVID-19, COVID-21. I don't even remember what it's called, but generally, the pandemic did cause a lot of havoc in the market, which did cause a lot of inflation, which did cause a lot of stimulus checks and all of this stuff. So the market was moving up, and it's very, very noticeable and very normal to see a correction happening. Now, one thing that I can take into account from this whole chart, and a conclusion that I can make, is that we are looking at a retracement somewhere in the vicinity of the 10K level, which would coincide as sort of the average of all of these whale moves right here. So if you just take the middle of them all, you can see that it is either around the 13K or 10K level, which we can see a little bit more clearly on Bitcoin's actual chart. So I did talk about this in the past few videos, and I do recommend you check them out if you haven't already. But if we do move on to the weekly time frame, we can see that we are reaching a level. We're currently at a level where the previous huge all-time high was actually reached. So this was one of the largest moves Bitcoin has ever made in December of 2017, where Bitcoin reached the first time the 20K mark and then fell all the way down. But right now we are sort of moving more bearish, and my view on Bitcoin is we're either going to go into the 10K level, or potentially somewhere within 12K, 13K, or something like that. But on the weekly time frame, it is a very nice target, technically speaking, to look at the 10K level for a potential bottom to form. Now, one more thing I like to plot out is Fibonacci levels on the chart, and as you can see on Bitcoin's chart, they were completely exceeded. So we are making a huge correction. But if we do look at the US 500, which is another very important indicator, and we have a look at it all the way from the since the pandemic actually started back in 2020 March, we can see that Fibonacci levels are actually not being respected quite yet. So we could see a movement down from the US 500 all the way into the 61% level, which would be my target around the 3.2k mark. So as long as the US 500 is moving down, and since Bitcoin is correlated with it, we can expect Bitcoin to continue moving down as well. So what has happened recently, since I said if we do break down below the 20k level, it could be quite dangerous, and basically the weekly time frame completely confirms that. We had a very strong weekly close below the 20k mark. Right now we're making somewhat of a retracement towards the upside, but if we do break the low of the previous weekly candle, which is right here, we can expect some more downside when it comes to Bitcoin's price action and a following move with altcoins and obviously the US 500 as well. Now, some of the news that we can expect for this week, we see non-farm employment change coming out tomorrow. Today, we actually have a few big ones when it comes to consumer confidence, JOLTS job openings, but none of these are as large as the main news that everybody in the market is waiting for, which is the non-farm employment change. So if employment rates have actually increased since the last month, we could expect a good positive reaction for the market, but if they have decreased, we can expect a sort of negative reaction for the market as well. So it could have a huge impact on the US 500 and hence on Bitcoin's price action as well. So as I said in the last video, what I did right here was set an alert for Bitcoin below the previous weekly candle, or also below the previous bearish daily candle close, which you can see right here. And basically what I'm waiting for is a break of this low on the weekly time frame. So if this weekly candle, which is the current week, makes a wick up, which it did already, and then starts to break the previous low, right, we can expect some very bearish movement when it comes to Bitcoin's price action, and also a follow-up in altcoins and everything else in the market. So just to make a quick summary, we're not really expecting any whale action, as the source actually says right here. We're understanding that the current degree of institutional adoption and movement of Bitcoin is not really dictated by whales and retail. After all, it is simply dictated by macroeconomic policies such as interest rate hikes and monetary policies around the globe. So what we can expect right now is quite a normal retracement down into the 10k level before Bitcoin can make a further move towards the upside at some point in the following years. Now, what that point is and when it's going to happen, we can't really tell right now at this point, because just last week was when Jerome Powell said that they are going to continue increasing rate hikes indefinitely, which would mean that the market will keep going down until at some point they say that they're going to stop doing that and start focusing more on expansionary monetary policy, which would be a good news for the market and potentially would be a good timing to notice a bottom in the market. So just straight out on a limb right here, and by the way, I'm not a financial advisor, and anything you do invest in crypto, blockchain, or NFT projects is on your own liability and you should do your own due diligence. But something that we could potentially expect is if Bitcoin does move down into the 10k level, we could see a head and shoulders form, and then a continuation towards the upside, or we could see a double bottom form and then a continuation towards the upside, a retracement into the previous 20k level, or we could just see a large movement down, retracement up, and then a continuation like this. So this would signify head and shoulders. And basically there's just a lot of scenarios that we can't really try to predict right now, but instead of that, let's just try to react to what the market gives us and see what happens in the following weeks. So stay tuned for more updates. I'm coming at you with another video tomorrow. The NFP video, or non-farm payroll, is employment change is going to be important, so make sure to stay tuned on Friday as well. And that's about it for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below if you did, and turn on that bell icon so you never miss out any of the latest Bitcoin news coming to the market. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.